Kill Knight is a game that has a lot in common with an onion. It's tough and has many layers that you have to cut through, but if you can get through the tiers, you can caramelize and grill that sucker into a badass barbecue sauce. Kill Knight is an action-packed, isometric, mechanically dense, and challenging twin-stick shooter about a loyal knight who was betrayed and banished to the abyss. As the Kill Knight, you are a desecrated corpse inside reanimated armor. You have one purpose: kill the last angel. There are 5 layers filled with nasty enemies, traps, and giant death lasers that will challenge even the most hardcore, score-hungry arcade players. This game would fit perfectly in an arcade in the late 80s or early 90s, and it would eat up a lot of quarters. You have a basic gun attack that can be active reloaded to boost damage. There is a close-range sword attack that is used to build up heavy weapon meter on enemy kills. This heavy weapon is crucial, yet has limited uses, but it will give you some breathing room and allow you to kill faster. You can also press the sword button during an active reload to do a sword attack that does extra damage, gives you more heavy weapon, and provides some brief invulnerability. Defeated enemies drop blood gems. As you gather these, they will make you faster and stronger, as well as filling up another gauge called Wrath. You can pick them up from fallen enemies or press a button to absorb them all at once. If you absorb during an active reload, you get a bonus. Once the Wrath gauge is full, you can fire a powerful Wrath burst that will generate health shards and decimate the battlefield. This is the only way you can get health. Killing enemies enough with the sword and filling up the 3-tiered sword charge meter at the bottom of the screen will allow you to do a sword ultimate that will obliterate most enemies nearby. My main tip, besides practice a lot, is to never waste an active reload. Use the iframes and extra meter you get from the special attacks it grants to keep you alive with plenty of heavy weapon ammo and health shards. On top of all of these previously mentioned mechanics are advanced ones like the drive overdrive system, where you can parry a flashing enemy, and if you hold down the button, you can charge up a sword charge and slow down time. There is a weak point system that lets you use a cool finisher on an enemy, but my favorite mechanic are the enemies that have a purple shell. If you hit these enemies with a Wrath Burst, they will satisfyingly explode, granting you more health gems. So that seems like a lot of mechanics, but it took me less than 30 minutes to understand them, and 30 more minutes to learn how they work together to start killing monsters with glee. There are plenty of good tutorials that will teach you, and the easy mode is a nice place to get used to the mechanics. Every mechanic is important and necessary. Having your choice of active reload flavors is an inspired decision. While the game is hard and you will die a lot, it's easy to jump back in and feel like you are learning and improving your skills. The control is fantastic. It's tight and responsive. Unlike most PC twin-stick shooters I've played lately that prioritize keyboard and mouse for some reason, this game literally has a message at the beginning recommending a gamepad. I'm happy to play a game that was designed for a gamepad, and I never have to see or control that little mouse cursor. The control is good enough to make any deaths your fault, rather than the controller's fault. The gameplay is a bit repetitive due to the levels and enemy spawns being the same every time, but it shows that Kill Knight is a game made for the classic arcade rat, who wants to keep improving and getting that high score on those lovely leaderboards, which is made possible with the score modifier. La. The replay value comes from the scoring, the challenge, and also it's just really fun with satisfying mechanics to master and a high skill ceiling. Playing earns you a currency that can be used to buy different weapons, which are unlocked by meeting certain requirements. These change up your playstyle considerably. I know that unlockables are kind of rare these days because most companies just sell you the items through DLC packs, but any game with something to unlock is great and reminds me of a simpler time that was less of a burden on my wallet. Kill Knight is a tough, fast-paced game with lots of layers, stage layers, skill layers, and mechanical layers, but all of these parts make up a satisfying gameplay loop that may not work for everyone, but it'll give your inner child who got some extra quarters pestering his mom so he could try for the high score one more time something to be happy about. I give Kill Knight 4.5 giant red death lasers that ruined my run out of 5. This is Dan T at Twisted Banana Productions. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next review.